One good conversation has the power to change the world, one voice at a time. Eric Wilson founded Join the Conversation Exchange in 2009 because he believes just that. JTC Exchange has since become a powerful force within the community and across the nation through its radio shows, community service, and mentorship programs.
This is your boy E. Wilson from the JTC on the Move Show, and I am right here with my boy Big C, the encourager, host of Urban Gospel Sounds, who's also a JTC mentor. We've been doing these clips. C, how you all right, brother? You all right?
I'm good.
Oh, listen, there you go. Big, you heard it from Big C. He is good. So listen, we've been talking about Big C and his situation with his kidney, not once, but twice declined. Today, he was supposed to be on the operating table, but he is here at the JTC Exchange, and we're having this conversation about how good God is and how good God is to Big C and how God has allowed him to overcome by the word of his testimony. Yes. And so with that being said, 2 times canceled. So instead of Big C being at home, looking at the walls, depressed, not that he's not in a battle, but today is our mentoring day at the high school. So since Big C couldn't get this life-changing surgery of his, he decided that he would go on with his normal schedule and come on up here to the JTC Exchange for us to go into the high school today to mentor the youth. And the topic today was talking about keeping an attitude of gratitude.
Yes.
And we're in this holiday season, and we're talking about an attitude of gratitude. Big C, I have to ask you. Now, we talked before we went into the school. We had prayer, and after that, you went on to your class. Now, just to give you guys a backdrop, Big C recorded a video to his class to share with them how he was not going to be there, because that was the initial plan.
Yeah.
However, even though he was now coming to the class to mentor today, we came up with an idea to say, you know what, let that video play, because the video was telling the kids about how they should be thankful, and it was telling the kids about how Big C was going into the hospital and why he couldn't be there today. So we let the video go anyway. The teacher did, Mr. Kamen, thank you for that. And after the video was done, Big C walked in the classroom. So Big C, I have to ask you,
Yes, sir.
That was a almost 4-minute video of you pouring into these students. At the same time, you were dealing with your own situation. I want to know from Big C, the encourager, when you walked into that classroom, what happened?
Well, it was unusual because most of the time it's complete chaos in there. But today it was absolute quiet. And the students were ready to receive. I think a lot of them, one brother thought he had saw a ghost because they weren't anticipating me being there after what they had just heard. And their emotions were kind of not negatively mixed, but they were mixed because they would be expecting, well, with this happening, how could you be here? And we know that you just shared with us that you were to be at the hospital. But I asked them this question. I said, can you still maintain a level of gratitude and a good attitude even when you get adverse news? Can you still rise up above your own personal involvement and get a full view of the picture? Can you still find reasons to say thanks in spite of? And I told him one of my reasons I could still have gratitude is because I walked in the class. I walked in without a stick, without a cane. I walked in. I walked in with a smile like I always do. I walked in crazy like I always do. I walked in seeing them. I walked in glad to see them. I walked in wanting to see them. So for me, it was like Christmas because I shared with them if there was anywhere I was going to be, if it wasn't going to be surgery, I was going to be here. There. I told them if I have to come in with a limp, I'm coming because I want to be there for those students that much. So I was not going to let anything, even my own personal pain, stop me from being there to give to them. Because I told them today, even if it's my pain that I have to endure, I would prefer enduring my pain if I can help them learn something to help them in life. It's important to me not to make an impression, but to make an impact. It's important to me not to make an impression, but to make an impact, to impact change. And I said earlier today, when we realize who we are in God, we're not just mere men walking around. We're literal atmosphere changers. So when we walk in, we're going to change the atmosphere because of who we are. Yes. Yeah, but they were elated. They were like blown away. And they were blessed. I was blessed. And, matter of fact,
they even
in the class today, they even had this for me. It's a picture of my class.
Bring this over here.
And it's a picture of my class, and they all have signed it, Wow. And I'm in the middle of my JTC Exchange T-shirt, and this is a picture that we took a couple of sessions ago. So, with even without the surgery situation, this is what they were thinking about doing for me anyway. If I was there today or not, this is where already their minds were in presenting this to me. And I shared with them, to me, this is priceless. This is worth it all. A paycheck can't match up to what I'm holding right here. Now, some of y'all say, well, that don't make sense. But when you can see love in action, how can you put a price on that? But I'm just giving God the glory, man, to know that I have a support system like I do with JTC Exchange, and then my personal friends, Will King and others that are mentors, and Dougie and yourself and Miss Sherry and so many others that have stood in the gap. And I can't forget my wife. She's had to go through seeing all this. And I'm sure she's probably asked, how did this man endure all this and don't crack? But the reason that we don't is because we really do believe God.
Wow. Well, I believe that, for those out there, we're going to come back with some closing remarks of encouragement from Big C, the encourager. But, Big C, you know how I feel about you, man. Hats off to you. Your sacrifice, your commitment to the Lord is just phenomenal. And for those out there who are struggling with situations, whatever it may be, he just gave you the answer, Jesus Christ. That's it. It's pretty plain and simple. God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think, man. So we're excited about it. We'll be right back after this break with my man, Big C, the encourager, in the house. JTC on the Move show coming at you.